Everyone, my name is Yash and today I am going to discuss with you Newton's law of motion in brief. So let's start. There are three laws of motion: first law, second law and third law. Let's discuss about first law of motion. First law of motion are based upon the conclusions of Galileo's experiment. So let us discuss in brief what Galileo did. Galileo took two inclined surfaces like this. Okay, these are smooth inclined surfaces. This surface and this surfaces are smooth, and also the plain ground in between these ramps is also smooth. What he did, from a height h at a point A on this plane, he released a ball. This is a smooth ball. So if he released this ball, under the effect of gravity, this ball will climb down and travel some distance on this surface, and when it reaches this point, it will climb up the inclined surface. He noticed that if the ball is released from height h from the first ramp, then it will try to achieve same height on the second ramp. He pondered what would happen if the second ramp is removed. If he remove the second ramp and allow the ball to slide down, then the ball will come down and move on this surface until it is disturbed by some external push or pull. It will continue to move on this surface for a very long time. So from this, Newton concluded that if an object is at rest, then it will remain at rest, and if it is moving with uniform velocity or uniform motion in a straight line, then it will continue to move in that state of motion until an external push or pull acts on it. So this is the first law of motion. It is a mathematical term. A is 0 if and only if F net equal to 0. Means if the net external force on a body is 0, then the acceleration of the body is 0, or the particle remains unaccelerated. In day-to-day life, we notice the application of this law very well. For example, a book is placed on a table, then the book will be placed on the table until someone comes and removes it. Similarly, if some object is moving with constant velocity and we assume a space where there are no friction or air drag, then the body will continue to move in that space until some external force acts on it. Okay, so let's move on to second law. Second law of motion is given that net external force, for example, this is a block and a net force acts on it and its mass is A. Then the magnitude of this net external force is proportional to the rate of change of momentum of that body. So this is a quantitative law. It gives the magnitude of the net force acting on an object. Okay, and let's move on to the third law. Third law of motion states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. For example, if a block is placed on a table, then if the block pushes the table by F force, then the block is also pushed by the table on the opposite direction by F force. For example, two blocks or two balls collide. This is ball A and this is ball A. Then the ball A will push the ball F on B by this force, and the ball B will push the ball A ball by this force F on A due to B. We can write it as mathematically F on A due to B is equal and opposite of minus time of F on B due to A. So this is it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and there are some practical examples. For example, you fire a bullet from a gun Then when gun pushes the bullet, bullet also pushes the gun. And then you feel a jerk on your hand or shoulder. For example, while writing, if we write something on a page, then we apply force while writing something, then the paper will also apply a reaction force on the pen or our hand. Similarly, there's one more example, last example. Motion of a rocket. You might see while Diwali we play with a rocket, we fire a rocket. So the rocket goes up when we fire it. What happens is that when we fire a rocket, then the gases, the exhaust gases is pushed out by the rocket, and in return the exhaust gases pushes the rocket upwards. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.